Hello, my name is Lance Hightower, and I'm so excited to be able to tell you who we are, what we do. So welcome to our Patreon membership platform here. So thank you so much. And if you've been a follower of ours over the last 22 months, thank you so much. Our Facebook group, our YouTube subscribers, look where we're at now. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, welcome. I'm excited to tell you a little bit of who we are, what we do, and where we're going with this show. My brothers and some colleagues were known as Cryptid Brothers Investigations of Oklahoma, and our humble beginnings started about January 20th of 2017 on, we created a YouTube channel, and we call our channel Dogman Sasquatch Oklahoma Encounters. Now we started the channel out as a means of therapy for my brothers and I of all the odd and strange things we've encountered growing up out in the country of southeast Oklahoma, very rural country setting, but also along the lines when we went hiking, camping, and hunting, we just experienced some strange things. But along the way, something wonderful happened. It became therapy for hundreds of other people, thousands of other people that have encountered very much the same things that we did, but in many cases more terrifying. And these people didn't have a way to reach out and connect with someone on a trust level. So that's where we've just had a very wonderful connection with people. They're able to share what they've seen. And so what we do is we would have them call in to our show, and we would interview them on what they saw, what was the context of what happened, and we just felt an instant connection with people. And so they just allowed us to help them cope in telling this story, because we know good medicine is about sharing difficult things. And so that's what happened. So I'm going to tell myself a little bit of how we got started with the show. I didn't know anything about all of this. I just knew that the camcorder, I knew would have pushed the record button. That was about it. So how we started, this is my cell phone, and this is what I started the show out. But unfortunately, I left the phone outside, and it actually, the speaker got ruined. So I knew I wanted to use that, and then I had a digital recorder. I bought a Bluetooth speaker, and connecting my phone to the Bluetooth and pushing record, that's the first 6 shows of how we got started on YouTube. That's it. And when you go back and listen, you can tell that the audio is not quite the best there. So what we want to do is improve the audio and video. So we've gotten to the point on our YouTube channel where we're knocking on the door of about 20,000 subscribers. So now what we want to do is take this show to a whole nother level. We want to improve the audio because you deserve it. We want to improve the video because you deserve it. And that's more importantly what you're asking us to do, because I've said this a million times. Our show is really not our show. It's your show. You're telling us through comments what you want, what you like, what you don't like. And that's that connection, that relationship, that community we build together. So we're really excited to take the show to a whole nother level. What we want to do is go from a YouTube format into a true podcast format. More of an iTunes, Blog Talk. At the same time, we're building a website. And with that, on top of that, we're building this Patreon membership platform, which is going to help us grow to the level where I know we can take this show. So not only do we want to take and build a better studio, this right now is what I have. Now, you can't see, but right now I'm just in a plain office in our home, my wife and I, and we're in the process of moving. So wherever we move to here in Tulsa, I want to dedicate a space just toward a podcast studio that you can be proud of, that'll have better, you know, the lighting's not the best right here. I'm just using ambient lighting from the window. But I want to have studio quality lighting, studio quality cameras, and sound systems, so we can not only come together, my brothers and I, the colleagues, but we can have guests come in there and do an in-studio audio, video, podcast format for you guys. But in addition to that studio that I want to build for the future, I want to also have a mobile studio for you guys. In other words, a mobile podcast unit where we can go out on the site that the encounter happened and have that person share, if they will, what happened and the context of what happened, because again, many of you are requesting that. So we want to be a multifaceted type of podcast show where we can do in the studio, at kind of our mother office, so to speak, but also go abroad and go out into the field and investigate. We have a person that called in not too long ago. His name is Bob. He wanted to be our electrical engineer, and we said, come aboard, you're more than welcome. And he built these special cameras for us, and as he says, for safety purposes. And he built 4 of these for us. It has a nighttime thermal camera and an IR infrared. And with that, we have mics on the back and in the front. It has its own battery pack, and it has a DVR system here. So this will allow us to take nighttime thermal images. Anything with a heat signature, it'll pick up. It records it on a card, and I can download it on this computer right here, and you guys can see these nighttime investigative shows that we'll be shooting. And that's just a small part of what we want to do as this show grows more and more. The first part is actually improving the equipment, the audio, and the video. The next part of this is improving a studio type of format for sound. Right now I have to contend with cars driving out on the street. We're not too far from the Tulsa International Airport. We've got sirens going out here on one of the major streets. And then I have a couple dogs barking, and that's really hard to contend with when your audio is not great in the first place. So, and if you go back on some of our earlier shows, you'll hear that too. So that's what we want, to take out all that ambient noise and really clarify the work in a professional level. For the clarity, I want it to be top-notch, and the videography, I want it to be top-notch. In addition to the podcast, we want to bring something, Cryptid Brother Films, to you that'll be more of a documentary type series. We also want to have events throughout the year. We're going to have also some adventure getaways with the Cryptid Brothers. You'll be coming with us, you'll be investigating in the field, you'll be doing our videography work, and so we'll be making a show with you in it. So those are just a few of the things that we want to do as the show grows. We've worked up to this point, again, after 22 months on YouTube. At our peak, we had around 6.4 million minutes of listen time, which is in a 28-day cycle, and that's incredible. We were growing about 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers every 28 to 30 days. And when YouTube average stats, as far as engagement time, when you're clicking on a video and listening, the average on YouTube is about 2 to 3 minutes. We had 23 to about 29 minutes of engagement time with our subscribers, which is unheard of. That's kind of an outlier. So we know we've hit on something that people like. I think one of the things that makes us different in this community that we're involved in is that not only are we a podcast show behind the scenes where we have people call in with their encounters all across the country and internationally, but we're also a podcast show that's willing to go out into the field, stay the night in remote locations, in tents, investigate for you guys, be on the scene while it happens. If we can get something that happened just days ago, we want to be kind of that news reporter scene where we go out there, investigate at the moment, still get the story, what happened, the context, and then bring it to you guys and give it in a format that's professional, that's clean, but yet raw. And we're very honored that you would be a part of us and even ask to join us, which we appreciate. So this Patreon membership platform is one way that's a wonderful way for you guys and for us to connect, to grow this show bigger and better than it ever has been. And we look forward in working with you guys. So thank you guys so much for being that dedicated fan, and we're very honored to have you with us. We invite you to look at any of the tiers that best suit your financial needs, and together we can have wonderful growth, get that exclusive content you want, and I promise you won't be disappointed with Cryptid Brothers Investigations of Oklahoma. Take care.